had the misfortune of joining me on my rant tonight. I'm trying something a little bit different with the webcams and stuff. Be up in a second here. I don't know if I need all these lights. Let's see, is that better? How about I have no idea where that one is. How's that? So that's not too bad. If I can, maybe I don't need this one either. Sorry. I mean, I guess the lights help or whatever, but I ain't gonna need them for this, I don't think. Maybe this one. I gotta embrace wearing the glasses, sorry. Okay. So, reason I'm doing this one tonight is I know there's all these videos where people talk about these cheap Amazon wirelesses. This is the Joyo. I really like Joyo. It's like $30, 2.4 gigahertz. The Locado, 5.8 gigahertz. There's lots of these. So let me go to So there's this guy, this Scott Yule or whatever. He's got videos on piles of these things. The best cheap wireless guitar system. Oh, you know what? This is interesting. I forgot that the Boss was in there. I should go take a look. But one of the problems we keep running into is that what none of these videos seem to tell you, and it's really kind of pissing me off. These wirelesses, at least any of the ones that I've tried, and the ones I've gotten an answer from the manufacturer from or from the reseller from, you can tell a lot of these are just printed out of the same thing. Like you know the deal with building your stuff in China. Once you build it, it's your intellectual property becomes everybody's intellectual property, and these things look slightly different, but they do the exact same thing. They work exactly the same way. One's 2.4 gigahertz, one's 5.8. You can get them in different frequencies. This Scott Yule I think he was talking about one of them that goes down to like 900 megahertz, and it's a band that nobody's on. And to tell the truth, there's some very handy things about these. So I'm just gonna turn these off. When you use this, you don't. Well, this camera's driving me nuts. Let me see if I can get this down a little bit lower. Not sure. But we'll try. Bear with me, everybody. I'm sorry. If you look at this, you just plug this straight into your guitar, and they have this handy foldable thingamabobber, so it pretty much fits any guitar. I haven't met a guitar that it doesn't fit, actually. But even if you have a recessed jack. And so you don't have to wear that awful body pack. You don't have to wear, even the receiver side, you don't have to do anything big. You just plug the thing into your amp. It's really awesome. It's really convenient. And, I got a lot of crap. People are like, well, why are you even bothering with these things? Buy a good one. Well, this thing's like $30. For 10 times the price, I bought a wireless, the professional wireless that everybody wants to talk about. And it broke the second time I turned it on. And it also has a similar problem to what we're going to talk about. But what kills me, I don't know if this guy's got an Amazon affiliates link. Let's go look. Oh, yeah, look. He uses discount code. Oh, yeah, he's got some Amazon links. I'm not going to accuse, I'm going to accuse many people of this. I don't know about these specific guys, okay? Let's put it that way. But if you've been awake in the last 10 years, you know that there's all these review channels, honest, unbiased reviews, where they really just point you at their Amazon store, and they're basically selling this crap to you. What nobody said about these wirelesses is that they can't handle, at least any of them that I've tried, and I suspect all of them, but I have put in some emails to some manufacturers. They can't handle louder guitar pickups. And when you mention that, you know, the guys in the Dunning-Krugers on the forums and Facebook groups and stuff will jump all over you like, oh, well, you know, turn your guitar volume down. No, dumbass. You're going to play a live show and you're going to pop your wireless in and you're going to try and get your volume to the exact right spot every single time. Forget it. They shouldn't distort. Let me give you an idea of what this is before we go on any further. Here's a Lakato. This one's a little bit more money. This is a passive guitar, but it's among a little bit louder. It's a Jackson humbucker. It's nothing special. The pickups are about 4 or 5 millimeters from the strings. Hopefully you can hear that breaking up. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this on Reaper because this is where these Dunning-Krugers really come and nail me on. But I'm gonna show you that they're just wrong. So let's look at the meters here. Okay. Where am I? Am I plugged into the... Oh, sorry. That is wrong one. I'm gonna turn these back on. Sorry. I'm going to do this a little bit easier for you. And I'll show you, actually. So this is all it is. I'm going to take this thing, plug it into this guitar. This one's got a recessed jack, like a Strat, and it's still going to work. Very handy. No belt pack, no nothing. This is very handy. I love this. I'm going to plug this into my DI. Now, some of the Dunning-Krugers are going to claim that someplace else in the signal chain is distorting, and we're going to talk about that. So let's look at the meter here on Reaper. Okay, you hear that hiss? You hear that distortion? Crackling. So it's hitting a peak of like minus 13.0 decibels full scale. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna make this a lot bigger. Okay, and this thing is dropping out, which is a problem, but it doesn't necessarily every time. This is just because I got it way too close to the computer and it said 2.4. But I'm hoping that you hear the distortion. The hiss is objectionable, but there's ways to deal with that. Once you get the volume down a little bit, it's fine. My friend plays a Les Paul with the old style pickups, and it neither hisses nor distorts. So you got to have the right volume. Now, a good wireless unit will have a trim on it, like a trim pot, a level setting of some type that you can pad down the gain with. But let's nip this myth in the bud right now. So you saw the peak there was minus 12.9. Okay. So the claim is the reason these things are distorting is because I have something on my signal chain too loud downstream a little bit. And one of them was particularly a pisser, and I'll get to that in a second. But I'm going to plug in a cable right now. I'm not going to change anything except for I just changed this between the wireless and a cable. Okay, now look at that peak. Minus 4.8 decibels full scale. This is like 9 decibels higher, maybe more. You could probably get it a little bit higher. No distortion, okay? Notice the tone is a lot fuller too. Okay, but minus 2.3. I mean, that's way louder. So it's not that there's something downstream that's got more gain on it. And let's just look at, the reason I even bothered doing this is because there's always some, besides the volume thing where somebody says, oh, just turn your guitar down. Well, of course, no, thank you, dumbass. But there's always some douche that's going to tell you something really stupid. So I even asked on here, how do none of these reviews mention the fact that these things cannot handle even a moderately loud pickup without distorting? And one of the channels said, because it's fun to see who complains about it, it also might have something to do with the fact that the pickups are not power sources or volume controls. Yes, they are. A pickup is a power source, and it's a volume control, and therefore do not factor into an electric guitar's overall volume whatsoever. Of course they do. Of course they do. There are loud pickups and quiet pickups. What the hell are you talking about? So he says, in other words, it's another level controller gain stage in your signal path causing the problem, not the wireless system. That's the equivalent of blaming the instrument cable. Well, guess what, Dunning-Kruger dude? I got an instrument cable right here, and it's not distorting. Your wireless that you probably got, let's see if you got some Amazon links. Yeah. Here, it's available on my Amazon influencer page. So, I don't know. I don't know if this guy's actually selling stuff off. It looks like he is. Here's the Joyo. Here's all these guys. I don't know. I like this guy's channel for the most part too. That's what really is killing me. But it's not the cable. It's the freaking wireless. You guys, I've seen dozens of reviews of this stuff, and to be fair, my Line 6 G50 that costs more than 10 times as much as this thing, it clips. It's not super bad, and actually I like the tone better from it than from a cable, believe it or not. But it clips too, and it's about your pickup volume. So let me I'm gonna get a little bit more realistic here. I'm gonna grab an EMG because this is where I really heard it. And let's try the cable. I mean, we are right on the edge of just busting this thing. This is a loud pickup. And EMGs are actually inherently a little bit distorted. I can prove that to you in a different way, but I'm using an EQ, like a acoustic simulator. I'm using a lot of stuff that's going to ask. I kind of maybe going to add a little bit of distortion actually. But that's a cable. I could plug in the Line 6 wireless. It's not gonna. You know what? Let's just do that actually. Let's let me put some stuff together. It's gonna take you a second. Actually, let me show you what the Joyo's gonna, or the Locato's gonna do in that exact same situation. Or we'll do the Joyo. I'm gonna put this guitar in. It's a transmitter. Yeah, let me show you. It's my one of my Agile 7 strings with the EMG 707s in it. And I found out that the EMG 81. I know. You guys all think that they're exactly the same volume. The EMG 81 is actually a lot quieter than the 707s. And no, the 85 is not a 707. A 707 is not an 85. So, but that's another argument for another day. So here's a Joyo with this. It's a distortion box. The thing is clipping its head off, man. Get out of here. Never mind the dropouts. Again, I'm going to say, don't blame this thing for the dropouts. I'm sitting way too close to computers for this. So I'm not surprised this thing's dropping out. Now, I don't know if I should even bother plugging in the Line 6, but any of your better wirelesses, the really good ones, let's just pop up a little Google search here. So the really popular one is gone now, but the Shure GLX V16, I think, was the guitar one that everybody wants to play. Let's go to Oh, this is discontinued, unfortunately, but there's other ones that are similar. But let me find the user guide. Okay, so we're gonna go to user guide, and when we can finally see, and this is something. This is actually kind of hard to find out if these things actually have this stuff or not. Okay, that's the receiver. We want to look at the transmitter. Okay, here's the transmitter. Well, you know what? I don't know if this one has a trim. I don't see it. See, status, link button, 5 and 6. What is that? Micro USB port. Oh, that's how you charge it. Interesting. Installing the transmitter. So what I'm looking for is the volume control. So, oh yeah, here we go. Receiver operation. The transmitter gain has an adjustment range from minus 20 dB to plus 40 dB in 1 decibel increments. That is a lot. So press and hold the button on the receiver until... This is weird. So it's saying that the transmitter has a gain control, but you do it with the by doing it in the receiver. So this thing's got a minus 20 to plus 40 dB swing on it. This thing's got a trim. Some of the other ones had a trim. I think the Boss WL60 has a minus 10 or 0 or mic level selection or whatever. So these things, the better ones have trims. I haven't gotten an answer from Line 6 whether or not it has a trim on the, some hidden trim function on the G50, because it is clipping. And it's not clipping as bad. If I were to play it for you, I don't even think you would hear the clipping. There's some Rice Krispies that happen, but I think that's a separate problem that might actually be, again, sitting too close to a computer when I'm trying it out. Or actually, I heard it when I wasn't in front of a computer. But having a trim control on these is pretty important. So I actually did, actually talked about it on the show yesterday, but I got an email from EMG, and you know, I sent their tech support. I said, hey, some of these EMG pickups are too loud for a lot of these transmitters. And EMG showed me a way to put a trim pot into the guitar, which was really awesome. But the trim pot needs to be put on these devices. So what I really want you to take away from this video is that what these guys aren't telling you is that they didn't test them on any guitar with any kind of balls whatsoever. Because if they did, it would have been distorting all over the place. And I know I don't really, I'm trying not to be so negative lately, but and I really don't want to pick fights with other channels, but guys, come on. I mean, if you're gonna be recommending products, you gotta at least do the basics about these things. And to come at me all Dunning-Kruger out that like I'm a dumbass for because it's someplace else in my chain, we just proved it's not. I plugged the cable in, and there you go. So I'm gonna shut up before I just keep babbling on. But please, guys, you guys doing reviews, do your due diligence. And you guys watching these reviews, when you say caveat emptor, like for real, let the buyer beware, because these guys are just selling you crap and they aren't testing it. So take it with a grain of salt.